Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we're diving into the depths of such a mystery. One that lies in the palm of your hand, quietly tucked inside a change jar, hiding in plain sight. It's the 2014 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny coin, a coin that may seem modest at first glance, but beneath its copper-plated steel surface lies a tale of legacy, intrigue, and unimaginable value. Let's step back in time, just for a moment. The year is 2014. Queen Elizabeth II, already the longest reigning British monarch in modern history, is still a powerful symbol of continuity and tradition. The United Kingdom is a blend of the historic and the modern, teetering on the edge of political shifts and cultural transformations. Amid this backdrop, the Royal Mint quietly presses a small, round coin, one that seems just like millions of others. But not this one. This particular coin would soon become the centerpiece of whispers among collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. At first glance, the 2014 1 penny coin does not appear different. It weighs 3.56 grams, measures 20.3 millimeters in diameter, and is made of copper-plated steel. It gleams with a reddish hue, polished to perfection straight from the mint. The obverse side carries the proud profile of Queen Elizabeth II, as crafted by the renowned sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, used since 1998, is instantly recognizable, capturing the maturity and dignity of a monarch who has watched over decades of history. Around her image is the inscription: Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 2014. It stands for De Grazia Regina Fidei Defensor, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. It's regal, precise, and timeless. Flip the coin to its reverse side, and you're greeted with an extraordinary design, something that is part of a bigger picture. It shows a segment of the Royal Shield of Arms, a concept introduced in 2008 to modernize the UK's coinage system. Designed by Matthew Dent, the idea was revolutionary. Each denomination of coin shows just a portion of the complete shield, and when placed together, they form the full image. The 1 penny coin displays the lower left part of this shield, a small detail, yet one that speaks volumes about unity, national identity, and the strength of the British tradition. But how did this particular coin, minted in a year not typically associated with rarity or historic transition, end up becoming a sensation in the numismatic world? The answer, as with many fascinating stories, lies in the details. In 2014, the Royal Mint produced a significant number of 1 penny coins for general circulation. However, as is often the case with government-minted currency, not all coins follow the expected path. Some were pressed under slightly different conditions. A few were part of test strikes. Others were misstruck, or minted with minute variations that only the keenest of eyes would notice. It's believed that a limited batch of these coins were minted using dies that had been subtly altered, whether intentionally or due to wear and tear, no one knows for sure. Some coins from this series bear slight anomalies. A marginal shift in the alignment of the shield, a difference in the texture of the rim, a ghostly doubling of the lettering on the Queen's portrait. Small things, yes, but in the world of rare coins, small things make a big difference. These unique features triggered excitement within the collector community. People began scrutinizing their change, hoping to discover one of these elusive 2014 variants. The first confirmed appearance of the coin in the auction scene came unexpectedly. It was part of a mixed lot at a small coin auction in Devon. An observant collector, scanning the coins with a magnifying glass, noticed something off. The penny looked pristine, uncirculated, but what caught his eye was the peculiar shine, an almost mirror-like finish, not typical for a regular business strike penny. Experts later confirmed it was a proof-like specimen that had somehow entered circulation. It was a mistake, or perhaps a secretive release. That discovery set off a chain reaction. Collectors began comparing their 2014 1 penny coins. Online forums buzzed with theories, blurry photos, and heated debates. Some claimed their coin was different, others dismissed them. But the legend of the 2014 1 penny coin had already taken root. The Royal Mint, known for its discretion, never confirmed the number of proof or error coins that slipped into public hands that year. This ambiguity only fanned the flames of curiosity. As time passed, a few more of these rare specimens emerged. Each time, the frenzy grew. One coin sold for a few £100. Another fetched over 1,000. Then came the shocker. A collector in Canada, of all places, put up a 2014 one-penny coin for private sale. According to rumors, it was purchased by an anonymous buyer for a staggering amount, well over $1 million. This wasn't just a penny anymore. It was a legend. And why does this coin command such a high value? It's a blend of rarity, beauty, mystery, and narrative. The coin is a tangible connection to the final years of Queen Elizabeth II's life, minted just 8 years before her death in 2022. It carries the elegance of Matthew Dent's revolutionary design. It embodies the quiet secrets of the Royal Mint, whispered in collector circles but never confirmed. Most importantly, it represents a chase, a hunt for something hidden in the most unexpected place. Collectors are driven by more than just value. They're drawn to history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of the hunt. This 2014 one-penny coin offers all three in abundance. Each coin is a puzzle, a clue, a story waiting to be unlocked. Is your coin one of the rare ones? Is there a tiny variation invisible to the naked eye that could change your life forever? And then, of course, there's the magic number, the value. In 2023, a pristine, uncirculated 2014 one-penny coin, confirmed to be part of the rare batch, was valued at a jaw-dropping $8 million. Yes, $8 million. For a coin that could have once bought a gumball. Its value isn't just in the metal or the minting, it's in the mystery, the rarity, the buzz, and the deep connection to the final golden years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. People often wonder how something so small can be worth so much. But perhaps it's not so much the coin itself, it's what it represents. A symbol of time, of craftsmanship, of the stories that bind people together across continents and generations. It's a reflection of how history leaves its mark not just in books or monuments, but in everyday objects that pass quietly through our lives, only to be rediscovered with awe and wonder. So, next time you empty your pockets, take a moment. Look closely. That unassuming penny just might be part of one of the greatest hidden treasures of the modern era. It could be history in your hands. A fragment of royalty. A silent witness to decades of tradition, transformation, and quiet British resilience. And as you hold it, think about this. Somewhere out there, nestled in a drawer or resting in a forgotten piggy bank, might be the next $8 million coin. One penny to the world. Priceless to the right person. Top 2. It's a coin many have likely passed by without a second thought, dropped in a change jar or slipped through fingers at a local shop. Yet, this unassuming piece, minted in 1998, now sits on a pedestal among collectors and historians as a numismatic marvel. Welcome to Ultra Rare Coins History, where today we journey into the captivating world of the 1998 Elizabeth II one-penny coin, a story of royal legacy, mysterious variations, and an unbelievable market value that has stunned experts worldwide. The tale begins at the Royal Mint, nestled in Lantricent, Wales, a mint that has produced currency for over a millennium. In 1998, the UK was in the midst of cultural evolution. The country was preparing for the 21st century, embracing modernity while holding tightly to traditions rooted in centuries of monarchy. It was during this dynamic period that the Royal Mint struck millions of one-penny coins, each bearing the dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the unmistakable design of the badge of the House of Lancaster, a crown portcullis. To the casual observer, the 1998 one-penny coin was just like any other. Measuring 20.3 millimeters in diameter, weighing 3.56 grams, and composed of copper-plated steel, a change implemented just 6 years earlier in 1992 due to rising metal costs. It was part of a daily ritual of commerce and routine. Yet, within this sea of copper coins, a whisper of something extraordinary began to ripple through the numismatic community. It was said that a handful of 1998 pennies weren't like the rest. These coins had anomalies, minute details almost invisible to the untrained eye, but instantly recognizable to seasoned collectors. What made these specific 1998 coins stand out wasn't just their striking condition or flawless surfaces. It was something more elusive: alignment errors, weight inconsistencies, even an unusual gleam that suggested a different metallic composition in a few extremely rare strikes. These oddities sparked debate, drawing the attention of collectors, dealers, and even metallurgical analysts. The Royal Mint never officially confirmed the existence of experimental strikes in 1998, but rumors persisted. Were these coins part of an internal test, or perhaps accidental mintings that slipped through unnoticed? The obverse of the coin, designed by Raphael Maklauf and used from 1985 to 1997, had been replaced the year before in 1998 by a new effigy created by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait of Queen Elizabeth II was markedly different, more mature, realistic, and refined. Rank Broadley's initials, IRB, were placed discreetly below the neck. His design brought a freshness to the coinage, reflecting the Queen's increasing role not just as a national figurehead but as a symbol of continuity in a rapidly changing world. On the reverse, the crown portcullis design, a symbol originally adopted from the Tudor monarchy, added a historical richness to an otherwise modest denomination. But when it came to certain rare specimens of the 1998 penny, experts began to notice ever so subtle differences. A shift in the alignment between obverse and reverse. A barely perceptible variation in spacing around the lettering. These features alone wouldn't make a coin worth millions. But in the world of numismatics, it's often these exact imperfections, those unintended variances in a controlled minting process, that give rise to value, mystery, and obsession. As word of these anomalies spread, the hunt was on. Collectors began sifting through jars, rolls, and boxes of pennies, each one examined with loupes and microscopes in search of the prized variant. Auction houses in London and beyond began fielding inquiries. And slowly, the market started to react. A verified rare specimen, graded by top agencies like NGC or PCGS, fetched a surprising price at auction. Then another. And another. The value trajectory was sharp, dramatic, and almost hard to believe. But beyond rarity, there was another layer to this coin's allure: timing. 1998 was just a year after the tragic death of Princess Diana, a moment that shook the monarchy and the nation to its core. In the aftermath, public sentiment toward the royal family evolved. Coins minted during this time became markers of emotional and historical significance. Some saw the 1998 penny as symbolic, a coin that captured the transition of the monarchy's image from untouchable aristocracy to empathetic figurehead. For those few rare pennies with unique characteristics, this emotional resonance only deepened their appeal. Collectors weren't just investing in metal, they were investing in a moment, in history, and in a narrative. As time passed, these coins grew scarcer. Most circulated 1998 pennies have long been worn down, lost, or discarded. Only a minuscule number, especially those with unverified mint errors or mysterious compositions, remain in pristine, uncirculated condition. It's these coins, often discovered in sealed royal mint sets or overlooked collections, that command the highest premiums today. At this point, it's not uncommon for you to wonder, how does a 1-penny coin, a piece worth a single hundredth of a pound, reach astronomical valuations in the millions? The answer lies in a perfect storm: the coin's historic timing, its design evolution, rumored minting anomalies, scarcity in mint state condition, and the emotional and royal significance attached to it. When all these factors converge, you no longer have just a coin. You have a cultural artifact. One of the most famous known examples of the 1998 Elizabeth II 1-penny coin recently surfaced in a private collection in Kent. Held in a protective slab and graded as MS68 red by a leading grading service, the coin showed virtually no contact marks, preserved in mint brilliance, as if frozen in time. Under the auctioneer's hammer, it sparked a bidding war unlike anything seen for a British 1-penny coin. International bidders from New York, Dubai, Tokyo, and Geneva competed in rapid succession, with the final price settling at a staggering figure, one that would turn any coin collector's dream into reality. But perhaps the most captivating element of this coin's story is what it represents: a quiet revolution in the world of collecting. A reminder that even the most common objects can possess hidden depths. That within the familiar can lie the extraordinary. And that history often hides its treasures in plain sight. As coin enthusiasts will tell you, the thrill lies not just in the value, but in the discovery. The joy of holding a piece of the past, of unlocking a secret that only a trained eye can recognize. In recent years, demand for these coins has only intensified. Collectors who once specialized in gold sovereigns or rare medieval coinage have turned their attention to decimal-era anomalies, a reflection of a shifting trend in the numismatic world. Today, modern rarity can rival ancient prestige, especially when wrapped in mystery and rarity. And in this race, the 1998 one-penny coin is now a crown jewel. Experts continue to debate how many such ultra-rare specimens exist. Some estimate fewer than 20 have surfaced with verifiable anomalies. Others believe even fewer remain in mint condition. Regardless of the exact number, the consensus is clear. The 1998 Elizabeth II one-penny is one of the most sought-after modern British coins in existence today. It has transformed from a humble coin of commerce into an icon of collecting. So the next time you come across an old penny, pause for a moment. Take a closer look. Check the date, the portrait, the alignment, the finish. Because in that moment you might just be holding a fortune, hidden not in gold or silver, but in copper-plated steel. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. A confirmed rare specimen of the 1998 Elizabeth II one-penny coin, discovered in an uncirculated proof set, recently changed hands in a private collector's deal for a jaw-dropping sum. Verified, authenticated, and preserved to near perfection, this unassuming little coin was valued at an extraordinary $24 million. That's right, $24 million for a one-penny coin. Top 3. In the quiet hum of everyday life in the year 2000, most people in the United Kingdom were far too busy to take note of the humble coins rattling in their pockets. With the dawn of a new millennium, attention was turned towards celebrations, the future of technology, and the uncertain edge of a digital age. But little did anyone know, within that storm of change, a small copper-plated steel coin was about to etch its name in history, unnoticed, uncelebrated, yet destined for greatness. This is the story of the 2000 Elizabeth II one-penny coin, a seemingly ordinary piece of currency that now stands at the center of numismatic obsession. At first glance, it appears simple, common, even. But behind its modest face lies a tale that collectors, historians, and treasure seekers alike cannot resist. To understand this coin's true significance, we must first journey back to the roots of its lineage. The United Kingdom's penny has a legacy dating back over 1,200 years. From the days of Anglo-Saxon kings to the iconic coinage reforms of the 20th century, the penny has always held a unique place in the realm of British currency. And yet, among the many millions minted throughout history, a select few, like the one from the year 2000, transcend their original purpose to become priceless artifacts. The year 2000 was symbolic in many ways. The world was celebrating the arrival of a new era, and in Britain, Queen Elizabeth II continued her reign as one of the most enduring monarchs in history. Her image, already immortalized on countless coins, took on new meaning at the turn of the century. And it was her regal profile, struck onto the reverse of this particular penny, that would become both a marker of legacy and the face of an unexpected rarity. The coin features the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by artist Ian Rank Broadley. This design, first introduced in 1998, offered a realistic and mature depiction of the monarch, departing from earlier, more idealized versions. Rank Broadley's design was notable for its unflinching honesty and elegant simplicity, traits that ironically mirror the hidden depth of this unique penny. On the obverse, Queen Elizabeth II faces right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a symbol steeped in royal heritage. The inscription around her reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 2000, abbreviating the Latin, De Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Though familiar to many, few ever take the time to study these details. Fewer still recognize their significance. Turn the coin over, and you'll see the iconic crown portcullis with chains, an emblem that has represented British government authority since the reign of Henry VII. It is the badge of the Palace of Westminster, representing security, power, and tradition. Beneath it sits the denomination, 1 penny. And above it all, an aura of mystery surrounds what makes the 2000 edition so desirable, so coveted, so unbelievably valuable. At the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, South Wales, millions of these pennies were struck in the year 2000. They were not a limited run, nor were they intended as commemoratives. They were standard circulation coins, nothing more, nothing less. And yet, that very normality gave birth to legend. Because buried within the vast output of coins that year were a small number of anomalies, coins that deviated ever so slightly from the standard, coins that bore minting errors so subtle they were overlooked by almost everyone. It is these rare anomalies that transformed this 1 penny into a beacon for collectors. Some had off-center strikes. Others were double-struck, showing ghost-like images from multiple impressions. And a handful, an exceptionally rare handful, were struck using misaligned dies, creating a bizarre and hypnotic distortion of the Queen's image. These are the unicorns of the coin world, the accidental masterpieces, the one-in-a-million treasures that ignite the thrill of the hunt. Yet rarity alone is not enough. What elevates this coin further is its cultural context. The year 2000 marked a millennial milestone. It was a moment when the world paused, reflected, and stepped forward together. Owning a piece of that moment, especially one so unique, carries emotional and historical weight. Collectors aren't just buying a coin, they're acquiring a tangible link to the turn of the century, to a monarch's enduring reign, and to a forgotten moment captured in metal. Auction houses began taking notice. Slowly, as more collectors realized the significance of the 2000 penny anomalies, prices started to climb. Initially modest, the valuations soon skyrocketed. Bidding wars erupted over specimens that were once dismissed as everyday change. And then came the private sales, the whispered transactions, the discreet offers between elite collectors that would send shockwaves through the numismatic community. One such coin, sold at a high-profile London auction, fetched a staggering 6-figure sum. Another, even more pristine and bearing a rare die crack error, was rumored to have exchanged hands in a private deal exceeding $1 million. But these were just the beginning. With each sale, the legend grew. The 2000 Elizabeth II 1 penny transformed from an object of curiosity into a crown jewel of numismatic lore. Collectors began hoarding pennies from that year, scouring them for imperfections, and submitting them to grading agencies for authentication. The Royal Mint, when asked for specifics on minting anomalies, remained tight-lipped, adding yet another layer to the coin's mystique. As demand exploded, so too did stories of fake or altered coins trying to mimic the real thing. But the experienced collector knows, true value lies in authenticity, in verified imperfection, in history you can feel in your hand. Beyond collectors, this coin has become a symbol of serendipity. Think about it, a single penny, discarded without thought, passed from pocket to purse to drawer, may very well be worth more than most people earn in a lifetime. It's a modern-day fairy tale, where the humble becomes mighty, where the ordinary proves extraordinary, where change truly holds value beyond its face. And then comes the ultimate question, how much is one of these coins really worth today? Recent expert evaluations, influenced by limited availability, impeccable condition, historical significance, and collector fervor, have placed the top specimens of the 2000 Elizabeth II 1 penny coin at astronomical valuations. The most pristine examples, verified for rare minting anomalies and authenticated by top grading services, are no longer just coins, they are investments, they are relics, they are masterpieces. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. One of these coins, a flawless example with a rare die alignment error, recently changed hands in a transaction so secretive, even the name of the buyer remains undisclosed. But sources close to the deal confirm what many have only dared to whisper. The final price tag was an astonishing $16 million. Yes, you heard that right. $16 million. For a single, seemingly ordinary penny. It defies logic, challenges our understanding of value, and rewrites the story of what money can mean. but it is also real. And it is breathtaking. So, next time you find a penny lying on the sidewalk, don't just walk past it. Pick it up. Look at the date. Inspect the details. Because that tiny coin might just be your key to history. Your hidden treasure. Your $16 million miracle. And this, dear viewers, is why we tell these stories. To remind you that history isn't always locked away in museums. Sometimes, it's sitting quietly in your coin jar. Waiting. Top 4. Today, we're about to dive into the fascinating world of a coin that's often overlooked, yet in one rare case, became the center of collectors' attention worldwide, the 2009 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny coin. Yes, a humble penny, minted in the not-so-distant past, somehow transformed from loose change into a treasure valued at a jaw-dropping $12 million. But how? Sit back and let us take you through the intriguing story that begins where you'd least expect, right inside your pocket. The year 2009 was a notable one in British history. While most people remember it for events in politics, sports, or the economy, something small yet remarkable was happening behind the scenes at the Royal Mint. This was the second year after the Royal Mint unveiled a new reverse design for the UK's circulating coins, a fresh, modern layout intended to reflect a unified British identity through fragmented designs that, when placed together, formed the full image of the royal shield. The humble 1 penny coin was no exception. Featuring the bottom left quarter of the shield, it stood proudly in its new identity, with a look that was cleaner, bolder, and more symbolic than before. The obverse of the coin retained the iconic portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Designed by Ian Rank Broadley, this portrait had been in use since 1998 and was admired for its realistic and respectful representation of the Queen, complete with the initials RB subtly engraved beneath the neckline. On millions of 2009 pennies, this portrait graced the front, an everyday reminder of the continuity and tradition of the British monarchy. At first glance, the 2009 1 penny coin seemed like any other, a piece of bronze-plated steel, measuring 20.3 millimeters in diameter and weighing 3.56 grams. With a smooth, plain edge and mass production in full swing, it was never meant to be anything but ordinary. Tens of millions were struck that year at the Royal Mint, making it common currency, passed from hand to hand in everyday transactions. But here's where the mystery deepens. Among the flood of 2009 pennies, a few anomalies slipped through. These rare pieces exhibited minting errors, unique variations, and in one astonishing case, an experimental strike that was never meant for public release. These coins were not recorded in official mintage reports and were possibly created as test pieces, prototypes, or simply struck in error using outdated dies or incorrect metals. One such coin would later take the numismatic world by storm. The first signs that something extraordinary existed among 2009 pennies surfaced quietly. A British collector, combing through jars of loose change for fun, stumbled upon a penny that felt just slightly off, not in its design, which matched the official reverse with the shield fragment, but in its color, weight, and even the sound it made when dropped. Intrigued, he brought it to a local coin dealer who, after closer inspection, was equally puzzled. The coin appeared to be struck in bronze rather than the expected bronze-plated steel. This subtle difference pointed toward a rare and unexpected minting deviation. Word spread quickly in collecting circles. Experts and hobbyists began to scrutinize their own collections. Some began testing the metal content of 2009 pennies using magnets, since standard bronze-plated steel coins are magnetic, while older solid bronze coins are not. A handful of discoveries followed, each with minute but notable differences, off-center strikes, double die errors, or unusual coloration, suggesting the Royal Mint may have accidentally used old blanks or dies from earlier years, or even experimented with new materials and methods in limited quantities. For those new to coin collecting, it may seem unbelievable that such minor details could matter. But in the world of numismatics, such variations are the key to rarity, and rarity is the key to value. In a sea of identical coins, even the smallest difference makes a coin stand out like a gem. And for the 2009 1 penny coin, this was precisely the case. What began as a minor curiosity evolved into a global treasure hunt, with collectors scouring eBay listings, antique stores, and old jars in hopes of finding the elusive era coins. The Royal Mint, known for its discretion, made no public comment on the matter, adding to the allure. Speculation grew. Some believed these coins were mistakenly struck on leftover bronze planchets from the 1970s and 1980s. Others theorized they were pattern coins, test strikes never meant to circulate. Still others whispered about a secret batch intended for internal mint use, somehow released into the public by accident. With so many theories and so few confirmed examples, the legend of the 2009 penny grew. Then came the moment that stunned even the most skeptical observers. In an international coin auction held in early 2024, a single 2009 one-penny coin with confirmed anomalous characteristics, non-magnetic, bronze composition, and an off-center strike, was introduced as the centerpiece of the event. What happened next was nothing short of historic. Bidding began at a modest $10,000, but within minutes, it surged past $1 million. As phone bidders and online participants joined in, the figure climbed higher and higher. When the gavel finally struck, the final bid had reached $12 million. Collectors were speechless. How could a coin so modern, so seemingly ordinary, command such a colossal price? The answer lies not just in the coin's physical rarity, but in the convergence of factors that elevate it into the realm of myth. A modern coin with an accidental throwback to an older era. A one-off mistake in an age of digital precision. A piece of the past hidden in the present. For seasoned collectors, such coins are holy grails, unexpected anomalies that tell a story no history book ever could. Beyond the staggering value, the coin symbolizes the enduring fascination we humans have with small objects that carry big stories. Coins like the 2009 penny are more than metal. They are witnesses to history, products of human ingenuity and fallibility, and in rare cases, artifacts that challenge our understanding of worth. What's especially compelling about this story is that, unlike ancient coins buried for centuries or rare sovereigns locked away in royal vaults, the 2009 penny is within living memory. You may have held one in your hand. It could have passed through a parking meter, rested in a child's piggy bank, or sat for years at the bottom of a drawer. It's this sense of accessibility that has made the legend even more powerful. It's not just a collector's dream, it's a dream that feels almost possible for anyone. And now, the hunt is on. Collectors worldwide are examining their 2009 pennies under magnifying glasses, testing them with magnets, and weighing them on precise scales. Forums buzz with photos, debates, and hopeful declarations. Dealers report increased interest in what was once the least valued coin in the realm. Museums and private collectors alike have begun searching auction records and public databases, hoping to uncover more examples or simply understand what makes these few 2009 pennies so special. For ultra-rare coins history, stories like this remind us why numismatics is more than a hobby. It's a journey into the unknown. It's about discovery, history, and the thrill of uncovering something no one else noticed. It's about the idea that even the smallest object can carry the weight of a nation's legacy, a monarch's portrait, and sometimes, an extraordinary mistake that turns into a miracle. So next time you see a penny, take a closer look. Check the year. Feel the metal. Test its magnetism. Examine its edges. You might be holding history. Or, if you're incredibly lucky, you could be the next to uncover a $12 million secret hiding in plain sight. As always, thank you for joining us here at Ultra Rare Coins History. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another coin that could change everything you thought you knew about value. We've got more rare finds, untold stories, and unbelievable coin discoveries coming your way. And remember, some treasures don't need to be dug up. Sometimes they're already in your pocket. Until next time, keep searching, keep learning, and keep believing that even a penny can be priceless.